This is just a short glimpse on what's been happening in the channel, especially to the new subscribers. And if you're not able to catch up with the flow, this is just for you to understand it better. And also, if you're interested and you're not aware of this YouTube channel still now, and what I'm talking about is the link is in my bio. And please, you can go through the link and subscribe it if you're blessed, and if you feel like it will be a blessing to someone, it can really bring a new perspective to someone's heart. So go ahead and share it with your friends in this season. So with that note, so the first bit that channel revolves around is to do with my mom, that is Mama Daughter Duo, where we talk about more of her experiences and things in her journey and glimpses of God's goodness in her life, and it's more of life lessons. And then the other sector is all about His Manna. So these are outbursts of intimate time with God, and these again I have entitled as pieces of obedience, because this is entirely done in obedience to His heart and His heart alone. So with that note, there have been a couple of few clips in the beginning, and after that I have started is the series on hardened hearts. So in the hardened hearts, the number one, we come directly about talking about a callous and an insensitive heart, and is this a disease or not? Is this something that we need to really run to God and ask of His heart, hand to heal this heart of ours? So to know more, go to my YouTube channel and watch the first episode on hardened hearts. Moving on to the next is on hardened hearts part 2, where I've been talking about how to deal with unforgiveness and anger and issues that we face in our everyday lives, and we take it for granted. So many times we take up this two of the extreme ways and we think it's okay, but probably it's not, is what I have learned. So that's what made me share and go to this extent to share it with you all. So neither venting out and nor bottling up all inside of you are His ways. Never. Because His ways are gentle, His ways is fullness of healing, His ways revolve around never go to sleep, never let the sun go down in anger. So to hear more, please go to the YouTube channel and watch the part 2 of Hardened Heart series. Part 3 of Hardened Heart series revolves around a bit of past or a purposeful present. So which one do you want to make your choice? So the choice lies with us. So if you have recognized the disease of a hardened heart, and if we feel there is a trait of running back to the pit, this pit is created by the enemy, and there is something that we need to do, and that is to wake up, arise, and see a purpose that God has put in our lives, and that is right now in our present tense. So there is a danger of always looking backwards and going to the pit of past. So to know more, go watch part 3 of Hardened Hearts. Moving on to the next, the fourth part of Hardened Heart series is talking about a zealous and a vibrant and a heart with so much full of fire with God. So that a hardened heart is generally numb to spread the gospel of God. It's generally numb to do the things of God, and even if we end up doing, we end up taking the credit to ourselves, or we end up taking basically owning up the credit for our own strength, for our own talents, and that's a huge danger. So we learn from a particular character again, revolving around this topic. So if you feel that you've been facing this problem, and if you feel that there is something about your past that is haunting your back over and over again, I think it's high time that we understand that it's the time that we run to the God who is wanting us to get hold of a present that is so full of His purpose. So to know more, watch the part 4 of this. And then we spoke about in part 5 of Hardened Heart series is where we spoke about the more we admit on our weaknesses is the more we affirm on His strength. There's something about God's strength, and there is something about being bold in admitting our own weaknesses. So the enemy wants to keep us crippled by putting us under the carpet and putting it all inside and never dealing it. But I think it's a beautiful way that God has been teaching me that how powerful it is to, have the beautiful boldness in our heart and also in our mouth to confess it out before His presence, and also if God is leading in before people that God has gifted in our lives. So it's something about admitting of our weakness, because the more we admit our own weakness, the more we affirm on His strength. To know more, please go back to the channel Amrita Yeshu, His Heart and My Mouth. So with this note, I would be posting out my next episode in part 6 of Hardened Heart series. And to know more, or if you really have been blessed, it would be really encouraging, and it would be just beautiful for you to share the episode or the clip with someone that you feel is going through a lot of the issues that I've been discussing. Because I think there is something about a bold witnesser. There's something about sharing what we receive. So I think this is the time, this is the hour that we get to share His heart out loud. And by doing so, I'm so sure that God will bless us, and God would help us to reach out to the ends of the corners of the earth by being bold, by being a witnesser. So I so want to thank each one of you for joining in, and for the ones who have been already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for your support and encouraging words. And in the new years, welcome you to Amrita Yeshu, His Heart, My Mouth. Let the glory go to Jesus alone. Man behind the manna is Jesus, and Jesus alone. So God bless you and love you all.